Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to more Blasphemous. So now in the spirit of full disclosure, I just want to let you know that I am re-recording the commentary for this video because the first time I did it, for reasons unbeknownst to me, it wasn't recording my audio. So instead of getting my stream of thought in real time with the game, you're going to be getting my stream of thought with the benefit of me having already played through it. I don't know if that will make it any better or worse, but we're going to find out. So we've beaten the game, and now we're taking a look at, I guess, the post-game content? Though it's not really. We don't need to beat the game to see what we're about to see. But I did explain that we got the good ending. That's because our Custodia of Sin here, we were able to fully power up because we went through all of the Confessor Statue dungeons. Doing this, we were able to break the cycle of rebirth that the Penitent one had to go through, and we got the good ending. If I did not do that, we would have got the bad ending. Now, due to the way the game is set up, I just can't go back and get the bad ending. But what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to take a look at this special extra area, Mourning and Havoc. But there are three, I believe there were three areas that I missed in my first playthrough of the game. So I'm looking over the map trying to find out where they all are. Because some of them I knew off the top of my head, but the others I had to check out. So I don't think we want to go to Albero for anything. Why am I checking out over there? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to teleport down to the Sleeping Canvas. There we go. Now I would have never found this room on my own. I needed this pointed out to me. But if we go to that little corner there, duck and hit, we open up a room that leads us to this big secret Easter egg room. Now, I only recognized Shovel Knight there when I first found this room, but apparently these are all different games by different Spanish developers. So looking here, and with the benefit of being able to look up this information, we've got a game Rhine, Crossing Souls, On Epic, Severed, and Matilda Castle, and Overcooked. Now, I've looked at some of these games, but not all of them. And who knows, they might be worth a look at some point too. So we're done in there. Now we're going to go to the library. We're going to try to go to the Library of Neglected Words. Now this takes a little bit of going. And we did open up that new room there. We're going to check that out in another video. So yeah, I believe where we want to go is at the bottom of that, I don't know what you want to call it, hall? But first we got to get past all these enemies. And we are very strong at this point. So most of these enemies are not much of a problem for us. What is a problem though is me forgetting about the puzzles. I also do not believe that I've changed my rosary layout or my artifacts or my prayers since beating the previous boss. So yeah, I shouldn't even bother smashing books and stuff. We're not getting tears or anything. Although I don't think we need tears anymore at this point of the game. That's not true. We are going to need them for at least one more thing. And these ghosts with their books just give me a hard time. Okay, so at the bottom of this passage here, see, down striking isn't doing the trick. So I had to smash down like that. And there is our last bile flask. Or I guess empty bile vessel. So yeah, let's change our prayer to the one that teleports us. Now we're going to head to the Archcathedral rooftops. But what I really want to do is go to the Mother of Mothers. And this is one of those few times where I was actually able to plan something out to go the way I wanted. So first we gotta get past all these swinging... not braziers, are they? I keep forgetting the proper term for these things. I think they're incense burners. But the discount flea men we get through okay. A few extra tears. We do okay with these enemies. Oh, we even get one of the executions on that one. Alright. Yeah, I had to double check the map here. Now no, you didn't give us as much trouble as I thought. Still would have liked to get the execution on you. Alright, and with that we found every room, and we filled up every bile vessel. So it probably would have helped to have all 5 of them when I was taking on the boss of the game, but hey, we made do. Alright, so we're heading down this way. We want to go to that elevator that's going to bring us down to Mourning and Havoc. And down we go. I guess I could have dropped if I was wearing the proper linen, but that's alright. I believe over there to the right is a teleporter. Okay, so we're mixing up our artifacts a little bit because there's like this muck and nastiness in Mourning and Havoc that will slow us down if we're not wearing that. Alright, so we've only briefly poked our heads in here once. And we came in from both sides. So we got these sort of immortal conquistador enemies made out of muck. They're not really all that dangerous. I mean, you take them out with one hit. Problem though is they will get back up. Which I guess is kind of reminiscent of the red bones, the red skeletons from Castlevania. Unfortunately, though, we get no tears from taking them out. So right there, that enemy looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? We fought an enemy like that before, except they were throwing spears. This sucker is throwing anchors at us. Now, for some reason, I do a really good job fighting this one. But normally, these guys are a pain. They hit tremendously hard. And that's another problem we're going to have. We're going to have those little obstacles, these sort of ball lightning looking things. They're all over the place, and they're not as easy to dodge as I would have liked. Now, I think they do electrical damage, so what I want to do here is change out one of my beads, because I want to find the one that will give me really good electrical defense. And where is it? There we go, the Amber Eye. I was thinking about maybe putting on another one to give me more electrical defense, but in the end I decided to stick with what I got. So this area is really kind of platform heavy. There's a lot of jumping around, a lot of little nooks and crannies to find. And we got whacked there. I wouldn't actually... It's not that there's a lot of nooks and crannies to find. It's that you just got to do a lot of jumping around. Alright, execution kill on you. So when I very first played this game, this was This was not the last area I went to. I would probably say this was somewhere I was looking at in sort of the middle of the game. So I was very unprepared for this area. I did not have the gnarled tongues to make these platforms appear, so I could not really explore this area the first time I came through. But over here we find a nice little artifact to add to our rosary beads. And we get the light of the Lady of the Lamp. Alright, let's see if I can read this again. An iron amulet forged in the shape of a lantern and rusted by humidity and saltpeter. Sailors wore it, so the Lady of the Lamp might find them if they fell overboard. It is still impregnated with the feverish prayers of its last owner, increasing all defenses when flasks run empty. It was little use to the poor ruffian, for all defense is useless against the mighty seas, and the Lady of the Lamp pays no heed to superstitions. Alright, only a dozen of us survived the storm. In the night the waters were black and freezing, and remained still. We tried to swim to keep ourselves warm, and, with a bit of luck, find some driftwood to cling onto and rest. We tried to find one another, but our cries were muffled by strange echoes, making it impossible to work out where they were coming from. When the cries began to die out, we realized that the frozen darkness would be our grave. But in that moment, from out of the shadowy mists, a white light appeared, a light that was heading our way. Then, one by one, a young man with a lantern on his boat pulled us up from our watery fate. Once he had got us back to dry land, he went on his way without a word. Although we never knew his name, one thing was for sure: we shall never forget him, and strike me dead if all that I say is not the truth. Alright, so I'm rereading these as the video is going, so I don't have the benefit of being able to... I guess I could pause it if I wanted to, but I don't want to make editing this any more difficult for me than it has to be. So I'm a little obsessive about filling out all the areas of the map, and that comes back to bite me a couple of times. Or really, it just kind of drags out the length of the video. But I guess, you know, I do want to show off as much of this game as possible, and getting all the little pieces of the map filled out is part of it. There we go. So yeah, we got damaged when we jumped up into that guy. Yeah, there's some of that muck I was talking about. If we didn't have the nail equipped, we'd be slowed down going through there. And there I accidentally hit the prayer. But since we're doing pretty good, I wanted to keep going. Sadly, though, that will not be the last time I accidentally hit the prayer, so please bear with me. But that does have the benefit of several of the enemies already being defeated. Yeah, and there's that I told you, the timing on these things isn't necessarily as good as you would hope. Like, that one gets me a lot, just jumping up into it. Okay, so just leave all the muck conquistadors alone. Oh, didn't make it. Can I make this one? Yes. And then we gotta deal with you. And you see how much that hurt? Get hit by that anchor? Now, for the most part, staying under him was working, until he went over there. That didn't work. So, I mean, it's kind of silly, but it did work. Trying to not kiting him, but trying to luring him out. But I still wanted to get up there and get that last little bit. And I tried jumping over, but that wasn't working. And my only real option was to sort of go back the way I came. I don't remember at what point I finally decided, you know what, we're just going to teleport back. Okay, so we're going to meet another enemy. This enemy was always such a pain for me. part because of the way those blasts she fires at us kind of track, but also because she's just so tough. She takes a lot of hits. And at this point, our sword is at full power. So imagine me coming here with maybe just a level 3 or level 2 sword, having to hit that thing like 20 some odd times. But we do find a better way to deal with those. What do you call them? Figureheads? Yeah, the figureheads on the masts. Okay, just avoid the ball lightning. I certainly didn't do that. Okay, yep, let's heal. And then we can activate that rope ladder. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. See, you wouldn't have thought that ball lightning would have hurt me. But now look at this. Now, granted, that attack is at its full power, but it only took 2 shots to take her down. So that was worth it. Although coming down here just to fill up those little pieces of my map, maybe not worth it. Okay, so overall we're doing alright, but I think this might be the point where I really kind of get it in my head. I gotta go fill out that last spot. So first I think we'll take care of you. And I just get bludgeoned by that horrible attack. I was really doing very bad fighting him here. And the worst part, though, is I don't think there's anything there. Alright, we teleport back. Now again, the benefit is all the enemies are defeated. So I only really need to be careful of the ball lightning. Well, that one was close. You would have thought that one would hit me. Grateful it didn't, though. And our muck conquistadors, they're not so bad. So yeah, here's where I want to go. And climb up that gnarled root. And there we go, now we got it. And we get to take advantage of this ladder. But yeah, see, that one got me. Even though I don't think it was there, it still got me. So Mourning in Havoc is not exactly a big area. There are lots of places to look around, a lot of jumping, a lot of platforming. I guess the word I'm looking for is verticality. There's a lot of going up and a lot of going left and right. And this one got me a bunch. Trying to get up this ladder. I think eventually I did get up the ladder, but it took me a second, and I should have thought to use prayers, like the prayers that make you temporarily invincible. Yeah, not doing good here. And I accidentally teleport. Good job, Eddie. Alright, so at this point I'm starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Got no flasks to heal me. Actually, I don't even have enough mana to teleport. So I changed my prayer so that won't happen again. And we just sort of keep going. Place is not nearly as daunting once you've taken most of the enemies out. And you know, I didn't mention this yet, and I don't think I mentioned it until I got about this far in the video in the first place. We changed our skin. We were wearing Alms for Oblivion when we beat the boss of the game, but then we unlocked two of them. I think one of them was like something like Son of the True Miracle, so I think that's what we're wearing right now. Alright, so I'm going to try to stay high for this part of the map. It didn't work out as good as I would have hoped. Okay, this time I think I'm able to just sort of muscle through, though I take a lot of damage. Him I just skip, forget that. Now you would have been a problem, but we've already learned that throwing that at you takes you out in like 2 hits. So yeah, we've explored all of the previous area, and I just want to get through here quick. So we just attack you from underneath. Still have to avoid the spheres that kind of track us. They hurt pretty bad too if you get hit by them. Okay, but this ended up working out good. So we got up to this upper area and we were able to release that ladder. But now we gotta change our relic so we can hear what this body has to say. Alright, let's see if I can read it. We must return. I saw the shadow. I saw the gold under the black waters. We must return. The sea trembles when she is close at hand. So we are not ready to move on from here just yet. There's a couple of things I want to do before that. And the most important one is over here. That's right, save. So I keep going forward, and look, a boat. It's a weird looking boat too. It looks like it's got people cleaning to the sides of it. And there's another body. The waters are tranquil and dark like the blackest of marble. My face is reflected in them as if in a mirror of darkness, which prevents me from escaping its gaze. Alright, so we did not make it to this area, but we did make it to the next. And it was in this area that we got the prayer that has been giving me a hard time. But it's a worthwhile prayer to let you teleport back to save points like that. So we're just going to very quickly fill this area out. Might be 1 or 2 more figureheads like that. I don't think figurehead is the right term. But we're back here. Echoes of Salt. So I do know that up there, the Hole of the Dawning is a place we're going to want to check out. But at this point, we've covered up, well, everything. I believe we've looked at almost the entirety of the map, including the DLC areas. And this is almost everything that I've seen in my first playthrough. So what's coming up still is something I'm aware of. Alright, another quick save. Alright, now there are just a couple of little squares here to still explore. Okay, I think that did hit. Oh yeah, we see you. I don't think I waste my time with him. Okay. So we got this prayer from Miriam, and I don't use the prayers much in the game at all, but I think this is a pretty okay place to use this prayer. So we're gonna have it equipped as we try to go forward. And yeah, this area can be a little tough to travel. And I prefer to do what I'm about to do with as much health and as magic as possible. I think what we really just want to do is kind of just brute force it almost, just charge through. So like this one we can avoid, but then just run, just climb as fast as you can. Now we're in a very wide open area, and what do you see in the background there? What do you see in the foreground? Now that's boss fight time. And I think this boss is pronounced serpens. Now this big nasty snake thing, we can only hurt it by attacking its tongue, which kind of got like faces and skulls on it. So Miriam's prayer, I think, is pretty good because when the snake goes to strike you, it slowly sort of slithers back. If you use Miriam's prayer, then her shards will continue to hit it as it's moving back. Now my timing wasn't the best. So you've seen a couple of the attacks. A lot of them are it summons lightning, but also get these spines that shoot out of its body. Now this is the attack we really want, because that leaves the tongue open. I really like fighting this boss. So I was having a good time going through this. And we ended up doing really good. Now, I don't think I'm going to keep Miriam's prayer on for very long, because I actually prefer to switch to the prayer that helps you heal with each attack. So the snake has raised us up a little higher, and it's now going to mix up its attacks a bit. Alright, so now we're getting a little health back with each successful strike. And look at that, we've just about done half its health of damage. Okay, now the snake is attacking from the right, and it's pulling up these really nasty big barbs. Although we can slide under these barbs, which is what we're going to have to do to avoid it attacking us from the left. And you know, I didn't notice this, but it has one gold eye and one blue eye. Alright, so its attacks are getting a little more aggressive. It's also adding more attacks. Like that's a new one, that pattern of lightning. Although if you get it right, you can get yourself in a good spot to just attack it over and over again. That wasn't it. And now it's still 3 balls of lightning. I think eventually it's going to summon 4. Now they kind of track a little bit, so you want to be careful. And then when it shoots lightning from its tail, just kind of like get it to start on one end. So that way it kind of has to drag across all the way to the other end. Yeah, not doing too good. But thankfully we got plenty of bile flasks. See, like there, that was a good time to be just attacking it. This time is better to move. Okay, so I'm going for the bite. If I had enough fervor, that would have been a good time to pray. Okay, so now I think it's going to raise us up even further. And now the rain is going to start being a problem. And if you look, see, now its eye is blue. So it's the opposite side of its head. Okay, gotta slide away. Now, in that case, the rain was with us. It kind of blew us towards the spines, so we were able to better dodge them. Okay, there's 4 balls of lightning. And they do track a little bit, so be careful. Like that one got me. Okay, a little too close. That one, the rain was against us, so I wasn't able to jump over the spines. Okay, more ball lightning. Though I think at this point I was getting a little unnecessarily aggressive, and I paid for it. Okay. Because look how close we are to defeating it. We still got 3 bile flasks, so I was kind of feeling a little safe, so I was getting a little unnecessarily aggressive. Could have been a little more careful. Yeah, jumped right into that big spine, and the rain pushed me into it. So yeah, definitely feeling a little nervous, a little antsy, and I paid for it. But at this point I was thinking, let's just brute force. We're at the point where I think we can just take it out. Yeah, like that was a good one too. That was a good time to attack. Come on, we can do it. Got him. It's one of those rare occasions when we get the boss on the first go. Or did we? Alright, so we got a prompt to press Y. And you. But we did it. We beat the big snake. And just think how big that snake is. Because that's part of its body back there on that other mound of trees. Alright, so we get the broken left eye of the traitor. Eyeball forged in gold, torn from the socket of a beast from the depths. The traitor was banished to this world, condemned to remember the truth he had dared to gaze upon. One of the eyes was delivered to the sea, and no more was heard of it. But the waters that engulfed it became the burial ground of any vessel that ventured to sail through. A curse on you, a curse on your shadow beneath the dark waters that writhe around, knotted in strange hieroglyphics. A curse on your white scales that reflect the pale light of our moons. A curse on the jewel that adorns your shapeless necks. And a curse on the eye, your golden eye that beckons men and storms to die before you. Alright, so now the body's just going to sit there. I even double checked. Left and came back. Yep, still dead snake. Alright, but that does it. That's everything we wanted to do in this episode. We finished Morning in Havoc. So I'm just kind of scooting on down. And I'm going to go save. And that's going to be the end of this episode. So thank you for watching. And thank you for putting up with this secondary commentary. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.